Hi guys, welcome to Design Technology TV. Today, just a very quick overview of the Solidworks interface. This is 2021 version. There is now a 22 version available as well, so things may change slightly. But having taught from this platform for years, it never changes massively, so we should be able to work our way through this and look at some important aspects. When you first install or open up Solidworks, you will open up to this page. You'll notice that the Solidworks logo talks about home, recent, and various other bits and bobs. The only bits that you're probably going to be focused on when you first start are going to be the part, maybe the assembly, and maybe the drawing. There are obviously other options to open documents if you've got them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on part because it's going to be the creation of a new component. As I say, I've just downloaded it, so this is a brand new version, so there might be a few little errors that pop up. So first of all, on the resources side, for students getting into this, in my class, we will talk about the Welcome to SolidWorks section, and we will then talk about the learn aspects, because there's some tutorials in here, so we'll be going through a tutorial to allow you to explain stuff, but that's not why we're here today, so I'll do that separately. All those aspects are in the icons over on the right hand side, and as soon as we're here, we can have a quick chat about the home, which is the main resources. You probably won't use many of these aspects in your day-to-day use of SolidWorks. The only ones that you will use will be the View Palette tool, which allows you to create technical drawings, and the Appearances tab, which allows you to add colour and material properties to your models once you've made them. We then have the main drawing section where you'll see the model is created, and I'll talk about that in a second once I open a different file. You then have the main aspects of the interface. So if you roll over the SolidWorks icon on the top left, you will notice that these different aspects pop out. They can be useful, so you might want to pin those out, and therefore you've got access to them, which will help you to do things as you move forwards. In addition, what we've got is we've then got the standard welcome to SolidWorks. We've got a new button, open button, save button, print, which you won't be doing yet, and then this icon here, which is the rebuild. In some of my other videos, I refer to it as the traffic lights. It's an old habit from a previous program. This button allows the computer to do maths and to catch up with stuff. So from your point of view, if your computer appears to be stuck or crashed, it may be an option to rebuild, particularly if your part is in a rollback state, i.e. it hasn't been completely finished. What it's doing is it allows the computer to do some maths and to work through the issues that may be stopping your product from appearing. We then got the options tab, which you will occasionally use, but not when you first start. We'll then go to this section here. What we've got is we've got a series of different components. These are all 3D tools. So the blue tools here with the white sections are 3D tools. There's lots of them are grayed out currently because they're not available because we haven't drawn anything. We then have a series of tabs across the bottom. So make sure you understand the difference between a tab and then the toolbar above. So if I'm going to draw something, I would go into Sketch. I then have a variety of different sketch tools that are available, which allows me then to draw what I want to do. I'll come back to these in a minute. We then have some other tools which you will use maybe occasionally, but not at the moment. And directly underneath that, at the top of the main drawing area, you've got a series of buttons. On here, we've got things like a section view, and we've got a main viewer, which allows us to move our view around as we see fit, and allows us to change the way that we're observing the piece, which is very useful, and you'll use it frequently. We also have display style as well, which allows you to see inside component parts and do things with it. And then an options which allows you to hide or show hidden items, which is really useful too. On the left hand side, we then have the history of the part, including the main planes that you have access to. What I'm going to quickly do is just open a file, and I am going to open a pinball toy which I've been working on. And what we've got is we've got our toy here. Now you'll notice now this is an assembly of component parts, and you've got a whole list of different parts down here. If I click into each of those, you've then got not only the same details that are above in terms of the planes, but you've also then got the different actions I took when I was manufacturing and making the part in SolidWorks. So that's really useful to see. While I'm here, the important thing with SolidWorks is that you're able to undo actions and change actions, and you can change dimensions and various other aspects. So what I can do is I can right click on this particular extruded cut, you'll notice that if you look here on the screen where the cursor is now, that it's highlighted in orange because it shows you what I did at the time. If I right click it, I then have options that pop up, and you'll use the edit feature and the edit sketch tools routinely. So that's a right click on the button, and then you can get access there. Obviously, there's lots of other stuff that this does, and I'm not going to get into it now, but that's the quick tour. So feel free to come back to this video and check it out again if you are working on your own or independently. Obviously, if you're in a class, give me a shout and I'll happily discuss it with you. Thanks for watching DT TV.